दिल्ली पंजाबीपन है वो निकल के आता है because I grew up in Delhi. Anything that requires a physical transformation and action, that's a part of me that has not been explored.
और इसीलिए उनको कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता कि कुछ कैसा दिख रहा है या we all get trapped in these things as actors.
जो भी मैं अपने लिए सोचती हूँ ना उससे बेटर ही मिलता है मुझे लाइफ में, तो मुझे ये लगता है कि मैं जो भी सोचूंगी वो लिमिटिंग ही होगा, पर आगे जो भी होगा मेरे करियर में वो एक्चुअली मेरा ड्रीम रोल होगा. वो मुझे अभी तक
तो Zaira's character is really interesting to me, but I can't. Nobody can play it like Shahana plays it. I have not. We all get trapped in these things as actors.
But do you guys criticize your work, or do you guys watch your work, or do you guys do not believe in actually watching your work? What is it like for you?
Watching meaning while we're shooting,
no,
or
either while you're shooting or maybe post it's done, like when it's gonna get released. Do you guys actually watch your work and like analyze? Oh, this could have done better or something.
वो तो
Kritika is like that. I'm like,
yeah. रहता है, yeah. I think
I know
we're
the
all
answer.
very critical as actors. Generally, there's a part of you that's always very critical of yourself.
Yeah.
And therefore, it helps to have other actor friends and other friends in the industry who can give you another perspective. Sometimes, you know, you learn to be easier on yourself because of opinions and perspective that you get from friends. But I think it's also nice to be able to have people that you trust who can tell you things that you don't see in your own
Unfiltered way, by telling you the feedback.
Good, bad,
feedback.
whatever, everything. I think, let's say, we are all very quick to take the bad parts, I think, from people that we trust because we're so critical.
Yeah.
But it's also important to learn how to take the good things. Yeah. And I think that...
What about you, Kritika? You
I
had that
don't
smile on your
enjoy
face.
watching myself at
Yeah,
all.
that smile, I knew it.
Yeah.
It's really tough for me. But I must. I mean, it's something that I have to work on, and I have to get better at watching myself. Nahi to how will you improve? You know, how do you know what mistakes are you making? That's why I really depend on people's opinion. I actually read everything, all reviews, all reactions,
So do I.
everything. Goose ke.
Yeah.
But then does that affect your work? Because audience feedback is some...
You have to be able to take criticism.
It's
you
like
have
both.
to be able to take all good and bad. And I think, and then especially I think opinion of people whose work I respect. That validation is also very important to me, I've realized. That gives me a very clear and objective idea of कि you know मैं कहाँ सही जा रही हूँ, कहाँ गलती हो रही है. तो and luckily I have some of those people in my life who I rely on for opinion and general guidance.
I want to know here that, you know, because I'm sure that the characters have come out beautifully because the trailer is quite the proof of that one. But then personally, I would want to know that what was the most challenging part about both of your characters that you feel that if the audience would have seen from this side of the lens where you guys were shooting, they would have understood the character all the more.
I think because the structure of the show is such कि वो एक बड़े event से शुरू होता है.
Yes.
So you know you're automatically thrown in situations that are extreme. जो ज़्यादा नहीं होते. A lot of times, you know, you start off with like lighter stuff, or you get enough time because the first few days you're still finding your footing.
Yeah.
You're still finding the character a little bit, like at least with me. So that here you were just completely like thrown into the deep end. एकदम पहले ही दिन, which actually turned out to be great because it's a great icebreaker. जो intimacy create हो जाती है जब आप कोई इतनी vulnerable, when you see somebody or when you share your most vulnerable side with someone, you have a different bond with them, and that really helped, I think, us, you know, the friends at least. I think that part was, and then to graph everything according to that, to this particular event. So then you're also shooting things that are, you know, that are happening in your personal life. Then there's also a flashback.
Yeah.
And so then going back and forth and being able to differentiate between this and that. Because the person and the character has grown and become someone.
So that was the toughest part.
And we had, I think also that, I mean, in every film or show, you know, there is a linear structure, but we are never shooting it in a linear way.
Yes.
That's a given. But in a show like this, it becomes very complicated because we're also dealing with emotions that are new to us, that we don't have any emotional bank to go back in and know what it feels like to be in this kind of a situation. So we are relying on actually responding and reacting. So we don't know what we'll end up doing in the scene. But yet we have to anticipate it and do a scene जो 3-4 scene बाद है इसके. तो हमें नहीं पता कि हम उस सीन में क्या करेंगे जो शायद 2 हफ्ते बाद शूट करेंगे, लेकिन उसके आगे का सीन हम पहले शूट कर रहे हैं, है ना? तो वो ग्राफ उसमें ऑफ कोर्स योर डायरेक्टर इज हेल्पिंग यू एज वेल, लेकिन कई चीज़ें हैं जो स्पॉन्टेनियसली आती हैं और हमें किसी को नहीं पता कि क्या होने वाला है, तो बट उसको क्रिएट करना या वो ब्रिज बनाना, आई थिंक कभी कभी वो दैट यूज्ड टू बी अ लिटिल चैलेंजिंग. एंड आई थिंक हमारे लिए बिकॉज वी शॉट थ्रू द पैंडेमिक, बीच में काफ़ी लंबे लंबे गैप्स आए हैं, एंड नॉट जस्ट गैप्स इन टर्म्स ऑफ टाइम बट इमोशनली, साइकोलॉजिकली, it's a stressful period. I think the second wave was very hard for everybody. People have gone through lots of things, and the world at large has, and you know, there was a lot of uncertainty. So to shoot with that kind of a gap and still maintain an emotional continuity, that was hard. Hi, I'm Shahana Goswami.
And I'm Kritika Kamra.
And you're watching us on TellyChakkar.
Know all about the Telly world by subscribing to TellyChakkar's YouTube channel. Don't forget to hit the bell icon to stay updated to our new videos.